No, it's just. What's up, everybody? We are back with episode number 295.
Six. I think it's 96.
Oh,
I thought it was
96
5.
already. Oh, jeez.
Yeah, according to my calendar.
Could very well be. I could have just forgotten to change the number on there. Not the first time.
No, we're getting close to 300. That's all that matters.
The Metal Round Table. And last week we had a little snafu. I don't know if you guys even knew about it or not.
Snafu?
Yes. We had a snafu.
Oh, do tell.
So last week after I ran away because I had to take off because my wife had something planned for Christmas.
We were streaming for 19 hours straight.
Yeah, you guys streamed for another 3 hours after that. So all your conversation that you had after the show ended was still live on the show for, and it's still live on, you can still see it on.
Luckily, we weren't talking trash about nobody.
Yep.
I don't think we were.
No, you weren't. You were fine. It was just, it was more music talk. So, and the funny thing is after you guys got off, it just went to the background and people were still commenting. We're like, hey, when's the show going to start? That's pretty funny.
Is there no way to edit that out?
Yeah, but it's not. I'm just going to leave it. It's already up. It's already there. It's to edit it out. Basically, you have to take it down and just re-upload it.
Oh, I gotcha. Well, we just. In fact, I think Brandon and I talked for a while. We're planning to do some stuff on another podcast. You know, I have that podcast called Choices with my lawyer Brett Stalkup, who sponsors the Metal Roundtable, by the way. And so, yeah, we were talking about that. So,
cool.
Anyway.
Anyhow,
no harm, no foul.
It's what's new on this program that we're using is the when I hit the go live button, it used to have to go. I used to hit go live, wait for it to go live, and then hit the button for the video. Well, now it pulls both of them together, and you're just supposed to hit the one button, and it automatically brings your first video in. But sometimes once it didn't work at all, which is the one time that the intro was gone, and then the outro. The outro is supposed to do the same thing. So you hit end show, it plays the outro, and then as soon as the outro is over, it's supposed to end the show. Well, it didn't end the show. It just kept going. And unfortunately, I was already long gone and couldn't, and we went to go see a movie. So I couldn't do anything about it until I got back. So yeah, it was like 3 hours.
Awesome.
Yeah, stuff happens. We never said we were professionals.
No. Glad you didn't see Saving Private Ryan. You'd have been back. Next day sometime.
I'm trying a new camera for my videos. I went from a JVC, one about so big, to my phone. I'm still trying to figure that out. The reason I went to my phone is you can edit much easier on that than I can on what I've been using. So I understand your pain, Scott.
Yeah, I'm just figuring it out. Sorry, guys. So anyhow, we got Tony Klenn going on with this. Damien Hair Metal, what's going on? Peter Steele fan. Metal Overkill, our good friend Fraser Dawson, who always is here, which is awesome.
Hey, by the way, Peter Steele fan, which is TJ Lewis from Forebode, he has a new project called Hammer Throne, and it's more along the line, less along the sludgy line, and more along the line of like death metal, like Swedish death metal. So look out for that. It's going to be epic.
Right on. We got let's see who else we got.
Mark Chaos.
Mark Metal Chaos. There's Fraser Dawson again. Let's see anybody else. There we go. We got Lord Prideri. Did I say that right? Hopefully. Sam W. HPT fan, what's up? Happy New Year, guys.
Well, I am.
Cool. A lot of people checking in already, so let's get into the show. You guys got anything you want to talk about before we just start getting into the show? You got any shout outs you want to do, or
Let's jump into it with the POW.
Yeah, let's just jump into it because we're going to be hard pressed to squeeze something less than 3 hours. What's up? Okay, my favorite. I love that riff. By the way, I can't get enough of it. But all right, pick of the week. It's brought to you by Brett Stallcup at Stallcup Law. If you ever get in a bind legally, man, he's the guy you need to call. So 2 picks, 1 rock and 1 metal. And shout out to County Line Records because, man, they have a pile of metal. Find their Discogs page, County Line Records in Keller, or find or just hit them up on their Facebook, social medias, whatever. They've got literally thousands of metal records, including Venom, Metallica, Exodus, all original pressings, Sodom, Creator, Tankard. In fact,
Wow.
But anyway, and some of them, all the Venom records are autographed. It's insane. So check them out. But my first pick of the week, and once again, I have to preface this by saying I've been looking for things that I think sonically would sound really good on my new stereo. So I found a clean copy of this, and I think everybody needs to have it. It is Power Station. Does anybody know who Power Station is?
Absolutely.
I wouldn't
Okay.
call them rock, but
Yeah. Robert Palmer, John Taylor, Tony Thompson, and Andy Taylor from Duran Duran fame, and Robert Palmer from probably the most killer videos ever.
Yep.
So, and it really does sound good. Tony Thompson, I really like his drumming, and it sounds great. And it even has, I don't know if you saw the original hype sticker on it. Looks like a Tabasco sauce label or whatever. Anyway, sonically great and good tunes, and it's not metal, but it's pretty close. And then, man, I used to make fun of my friend Derek Hinesley in Houston because he said this is what he looks like every time we go to a show after the morning after. And of course, this is Tankard's Morning After. If you're a real metalhead and you love thrash, like my friend Joe, the metal horror madman, who's going to join us hopefully later, this is I think one of the big 4 of the German thrash scene. We have Destruction, Sodom, Creator, and then I got to throw in Tankard. I know that's maybe a controversial pick, but not really. And if you hear this record, yes, they sing about beer and hangovers and the morning after and blah blah blah, and but it's still great. So
they're a funny band because they'll do something like that where it's about beer and hangovers, and then they'll do Chemical Invasion?
Yeah,
which is straight up political. The whole record,
yeah, political, and it's about zombies and bad TV and
Great
whatever.
record. Yeah.
So anyway, there are your picks: Power Station and Tankard. The Morning After.
Right
Those
on.
are all. But before I push that button, didn't Power Station play on some of the Phil Collins records as well?
I know Tony Thompson did.
Yeah,
Drummer.
Tony Thompson did some. Yeah, he did some solo stuff with him as well. I think.
Yeah,
so.
and I think that Andy, one of the Taylor brothers, I think it was Andy the guitarist, did some work with Phil Collins. But yeah,
right on. Right on. So let's get into it. Yeah, we get. I mean, we don't have a specific topic necessarily. I did have a guy who views our show all the time. He's almost always here. His name is. I just saw it. Where did it go? I'll put it up real quick. Metal Mayhem. His name is Steve. He sent me his top. Actually, he sent me his list. I see top 30 list here, and he wanted me to read it to you guys and see what you thought. Unfortunately, it's not a list; it's actually pictures of the albums. So I don't know if there's an order or not. But if there is, and some of them I can't tell what they are. See, it's on my phone. but he was kind of curious what you guys thought of some of these titles. So, first
So
of all,
top-
Creepers
top
on
40
here.
Top 40 for this year? Or
Yeah,
top
for this
40 of
year.
all time? Okay, gotcha.
Creeper is on the list. Hazard. Hazard.
A lot of people, a lot of magazines had Hazard in their top 10.
The new Sodom. The new Sardonyx, Anthems of Warfare, which is I've seen that in a few lists as well. The new Accuser, which will be in mine as well, but officially the new Accuser came out in 2024,
Well,
December of 2024. But if you live in the United States, nobody in the United States had it until the middle of
2025.
January, middle of 2025. Yeah, so it's going on my list anyhow.
Long wait.
Yep, very long wait. The new Misfire, really good one.
Yep.
The Shadow Killer, another
Yep.
good one from this year.
Excellent release.
Game Over. That's the Italian thrash band, right? There's two I can't tell what they are. I don't know what that is. That purple album. Anybody recognize it?
Nope.
Me either. Hey, Steve, you're watching. Tell me what that album is, because I don't know what it is. Let's see here. Wings of Steel.
Yep.
That seems to be in a lot of people's lists this year. The new Cancer. I didn't even know they had a new Cancer. Did you?
I
I
did.
knew there was one out, but I
Guitar.
I
It's
never
not
bothered.
Steve Murphy, isn't?
I got
don't
it.
know. Is it good?
It's not as good as their other stuff, but it's solid now. It's not reinventing the wheel or anything.
Let's see. New Hyrax, Faster Than Death.
That's fantastic.
That's a great one.
Not enough people are talking about that. Maybe because it was real limited pressing and a lot of people don't have it, but man, it's killer.
Yep, I agree. The new Weapons of God, Tribulation, which is their fourth album and definitely their best. Reign of Glory, Slingshot, which it'll be in my top 10. The new album by the modern thrash band Testimony of Apocalypse, which was called Agony in the Garden. I've seen that on a
Don't they
lot
have
of
a
lists
new one
too.
coming out. I thought they have a new one coming out too.
That is the new one. The CD.
That is
I don't
the
have-
newest one. It's their third album, and the new one they're working on a new one for next year. It's nowhere near. That's going to be the middle of next year sometime. See, Warfield, which is a great one, which I actually forgot about when I was putting my list
I
together.
totally spaced that one out too.
That's a good one. Damn it. New Paradox, German Paradox.
They're
I've
still
seen that
making
on
records.
video.
Gosh, that's they put out one back in what 2019,
No, was it 2019? I thought it was longer ago than that.
and it had been 20 years since they put one out. Been a
Paradox?
long time anyway.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah, I
didn't
guess
know.
they put one out last year too, 2024. I didn't know they put one out this year.
Crazy.
This is Randy SS. Randy SS. I know the band, but I don't know the music at all.
Oh
on that
yeah,
one.
that's
Randy, yeah, I know Randy.
I can't remember what his name
I
is.
haven't heard that one, but
Anthony Gomes, which is a good one. You got that one, Kev, right?
yep,
The new Anthony Gomes.
just outside the list.
Herman Pasquale, the German power metal dude, sang in Narnia, is also singing in another band whose name is slipping my mind. True Strength, the new True Strength, old school Judas Priest, just heavy metal. The new Fear Not, Weight of the World, great one. Bride, their new double album. And I can't tell what that one is either. I don't know, man. There's a couple I couldn't tell just because the picture is a little blurry. So anyhow, that's a good list. A lot of good stuff on there. Anybody disagree? He was really wanting everybody's opinion on what you thought of the list.
A lot of good thrash on there.
Yep, absolutely. I
It's
don't
In
have
my
not as
opinion,
eclectic
this
as
year
mine,
has
but
been a
it's-
phenomenal year for
I don't have that Hazard. I have most of the ones that he showed though. The only ones the ones I don't have are ones I don't recognize.
I'm actually surprised you don't have to have. That's right.
Is that the Hazard? Yeah, there's
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
you don't have it.
I think I had
Um,
that at number 10 on my list.
yeah, my list is not up yet. It's going to be going. I'm going to be recording the video most
I'm
likely
still
tomorrow and
debating
have it
on
up
the
over the weekend.
I'm still debating on the bottom end of my list, so I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, that was the hardest for me, the bottom end.
Do you see my
Reason.
list?
I did, and I saw your list that we did last. What was it? Last week we did our top 5 lists.
Yes.
No, I thought it was 2 weeks ago.
Or
I don't know. We
Well,
did it
I
recently.
wasn't on last week, so it was 2 weeks ago we did that.
well, yeah.
Right on. So let's see. Topic. Where's our topic here? Christmas haul. You guys had any Christmas stuff?
Man, I got a pile.
I got some stuff this year, which is abnormal for me. But if someone's got anything, start showing it. We'll just go around the room.
Yeah, I'll show it. I just got this. This one just came in yesterday. I bought with a couple gift cards that I got for Christmas.
Oh, the new Halloween.
The new Halloween. I don't know how I feel about the 3 singers and 3 guitar players, but I do like it. There's a couple tracks on here I really like. And then I got this the day before Christmas. A local store had a mint. The vinyl's mint. The cover's not, but a promo copy.
Oh, wow. That's a good one. That's
And
a
it
hard
was
one to
$20
find.
for it, which is ridiculous.
That's a hard one to find.
And I just picked this up today, also a promo copy.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah,
So
that's cool.
that's my Christmas haul. Can't beat a promo copy of South of Heaven.
What about you, Kevin?
Well, I got a whole bunch of stuff, but
What's your top 5 Christmas hauls?
okay, this one came today. I was waiting for it. Fantastic thrash album. I highly recommend this a lot. This struck a nerve.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Excellent thrash. I mean, if you like Misfire, you like Void. Well, Void, not like this, but if you like Misfire, Homicide, Hazard, Electrocutioner, you'll definitely love this. On
That's
listenable records. And then I was waiting for this one to come, the new Sacred Leather. Kind of a thrash, heavy metal band, more heavy metal in nature out of Indiana. But this is their second release. To me, this is just more, I think, straightforward heavy metal with some thrash tendencies in it. And then I've been waiting on this Van Halen Balance. Finally got this on vinyl. Which
Is that one of the reissues or is that an original pressing?
this is a first pressing of this because it was only ever on CD.
Did you have to sell your truck or remortgage?
No,
your house?
actually, well, when this first came out, it was pretty pricey, but it had been dropping and it finally dropped to a decent price. I picked it up. Double album set.
That was pressed to vinyl back in the day.
Yeah, County Line had one, and he said, "Well, should I put $100 on it?" And I said, "No, you should triple that." And he sold it like immediately.
I still kick myself because I used to see it all the time for like.
I've
25,
never
30 bucks.
seen it up until then.
Yeah,
Huh. I know
And then
Henry
I
had one too, but as soon as he posted it, it disappeared. So
I used to see it all the time for 35, 40 bucks like 15 years ago. And I thought it was too expensive back then, so I just, nah. And now,
it's not that great of a record, but it's
it's okay.
yeah.
Well, then I picked up the Virus here.
Oh yeah.
UK thrash.
This was actually on sale over at Rockadrome for $17. I wanted
Nice.
Force Recon, but they were out. That was sold out. But
Their
decent
second one
price.
is their second one is my favorite.
This is Back in Black it's on Back in Black. Come out like 3-4 years ago. And then the last one, also Back on Black, which was Elixir.
New wave of British heavy metal.
Yep.
Mhm.
Red vinyl. But I think this is their first release. I think what was it? Came out about 83, 84 in there. I think it was 84. But
Good stuff.
yeah, it is. And they're still actually, I think they're still active.
Getting a few comments on Virus too.
A lot of those new wave bands are getting back together.
Yeah.
Gaskin and all those guys.
And George, you got anything you want to show Christmas wise?
Well, I don't buy me music for Christmas usually because just no one will forget me. But I'll show you a couple things I did get myself and one guy. So I'll show you one thing. It's not a metal thing, but I had to show it. My son brought me this Green Arrow Mego retro figure
Wow,
That's awesome.
because I used to have them as a kid, and of course I got rid of them as a kid like an idiot, and they're probably worth a lot of money. But he bought me that. As far as records go or albums, my friend Earl got me the new Hellstar.
Nice.
Sweet.
Great album.
Friend.
Which is excellent. I love the last song. I Am the Way. That is such a freaking awesome song. But
That'll
I
be in
bought
my
myself a
top
couple things.
85.
I did get that Wings of Steel you're someone talking about.
Yep.
Excellent power metal.
Excellent. Yeah, that's a great album.
And the new Peter Criss,
I pre-ordered
which
that.
is
Still hasn't
actually
arrived.
which is really good. I got it off Amazon.
That's where I got
And I
mine.
got it like
Still
2
hasn't
weeks
arrived.
ago. I don't know. Some people, it's good though, actually, because the last time was more like his Joe Tooney kind of crap. But the one other thing I did get that my wife said I could get, so it's kind of from her, was the Kiss Alive box set.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm jelly
Which
over that
was-
one.
which is really good because I mean it's not nothing doctored up. The show from Wildwood is really good. The one from Davenport is good, but it's when they Kiss used to do 2 shows in one day, and Paul's voice just sounds like off because he's almost talking the vocals, which is really odd. But at those vocals, they didn't doctor it up. And the one with the extra tracks has Gene singing "Strange Ways," which I thought was really different. Never heard that before, so I thought that was pretty cool. So
Yeah,
That's
I like
about all I
that's one of my favorite Kiss songs is "Strange Ways." They should have played that song live more often.
yeah.
Hey, we got somebody checking in from Albuquerque, New Mexico. What's up, Brian?
Right on.
Who lives
Got it.
there?
I don't know. I don't know why anybody would want to live there. What you got, John? Anything?
Well, once again, kind of like George, people don't know what to buy me unless I give them a list. And so I got gift cards too. And strangely enough, I've kind of been looking for this thing that's a Neil. I've been kind of in a Neil
That
Young
is
mood.
my favorite Neil Young
And,
record. So
and
good.
so on the beach, it's a 50th anniversary limited edition on clear vinyl. It really does sound great. I know it's not black vinyl like Scott likes, but quite good. And it's I take him in measured doses. I really like the record though. I was working at the warehouse and heard it being played. And here's one for Kevin. Have you ever heard of Granicus?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I found a clean copy of this. It's like the first reissue on white vinyl. Sounds great. Great hard rock, 70s hard rock.
Only one they put out.
What's that?
It's the only one they put out.
Yeah, it's like one and done. Then I did find a super clean copy of this Rat out of the cellar. I didn't opt for the record store day, $50 one with the reticulating cover and all that stuff. And then here's one that I don't necessarily like the sound of it, but it's still kind of unique. It's Led Zeppelin live at Nebworth 78. It's a 2-album set, or a 79. I'm sorry. It's a 2-album set. And it sounds okay, only because the songs, you just sort of go along. But I've never seen this, and I'm guessing it's probably a special pressing. Although, let's see, it's on Phoenix Records from Sydney, Australia. Wow. Okay. Maybe Mark Massacre could tell me about this one, or one of the guys from Stone Trip. And then here was kind of the pinnacle of all things that I found. How about Hyrax's first demos
Yep.
on yellow splatter vinyl? The demo from 84, 83, 84 rehearsals, and the demo 83, the LA Chaos.
I think I have those on a 10-inch.
Yeah. Well, this is on FOAD if you're familiar with them. It's well done. It's very it's the production, the remastering on it sounds great. I don't know if they know Rob, but he might have done this one because it sounds that good, especially for demo tapes. But anyway, I thought that was worthy of purchase because you don't see those very often. But
No,
as far as Christmas goes, man, I got one of those little cymbals for my car, that you screw into the AC unit and psh. So I've been doing that a lot lately. And then I got a nice little desk pad from BYU. Of course, the BYU Cougars, the Pop-Tart Bowl champions.
Yeah.
Got to throw out some love to them, and with sprinklies on top. But other than that, Christmas was great. We just spent some time with the family and watched football and Christmas documentaries and whatever. And man, it's great. It's great to just chill and not do anything and have a reason to not do anything. You know what I mean?
Yep, that's pretty much what I did. My family doesn't like to buy me records because they say, one, I have too many, two, they don't know what to buy me, and 3, I have too many. And
I hear a similar story, so don't feel bad.
yeah, so it's very, very rare that I get records. But this year, for some reason, all my family gave it a shot, which is fantastic. So I've showed you guys this record that I got a few weeks ago, which is the new Aerosmith EP. Well, if you go to aerosmith.com or youngblood.com, they each have their own versions that are different from all the other versions. So my daughter bought me the Aerosmith pressing of the EP, which this one's on black vinyl. This one's on red vinyl. This one also comes with a poster and the insert. So that's the difference, is the color of the vinyl plus the poster. Same songs. And then she also bought me the because I have this version of the CD. She bought me the black version as well. And the difference is one folds out into a poster and one is just a regular booklet. There was also a third CD copy that you can only buy through aerosmith.com that had the covers personally painted by Steven Tyler, and there's pictures of him painting the covers using stencils, but those sold out so quick I didn't even try to get one. So anyhow, and then my mom, of all people, my mom is 81, bought me Amorphous.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Rarities
That's
1991 to 2001. This is a really nice set. It's all, I mean, you can see it's got silver foil embossing everywhere, and like even the eyes of the birds are all silver foil embossed. But it's just like rare tracks, B-sides, stuff you don't hear that often, including their Doors cover, which I've always loved. Which cover is that though? I forget which song it is. I would not have designed gray type on black. This is not my design. Really hard to read. But anyhow, I thought that was cool. So obviously she got that off of my she went to my Amazon wish list somehow and went in and checked out what I wanted. So that was cool. Another got me the one of my all-time favorite album covers. I always loved this cover. I think it's hilarious. This is The Who.
Who?
And The Who Sells Out.
Yep.
And
That's
this is
the band?
That's that band. This is the half-speed vinyl master cut by Miles Scholl at Abbey Road Studios version. So it comes with the certificate of authenticity and all that other. It's got an insert and it's on black vinyl, which is awesome.
I love
black
their
sound.
It's
I love
hard
their
to beat.
Live at
It's still
Leeds
hard to
album.
beat Who's Next for me. That's sort of the top of the heap for the Who, but
Oh yeah, Who's Next is fantastic. It's probably I don't know. It's hard to pick a favorite, but this is my favorite album cover. From them. I just always love the cover with the giant armpits and baked beans. In the back, he's got the huge zit on his face. Keith Moon does. But anyhow, and then my son, he just took a guess, and he bought me. He's like, I don't think my dad has a whole lot of best of albums, and I don't because I don't usually buy a whole lot of those. So he bought me the Motley Crue From the Beginning, which is a double album set. I haven't actually popped it open yet, but there's a couple of songs on here that I find a little odd, like "Home Sweet Home" featuring Dolly Parton on vocals.
That's a new one they did together.
I haven't heard that one, so that's kind of interesting.
That's weird.
that's very weird.
That was part of that whole. So when Dolly Parton got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and said she wanted to do a rock and roll album, and she did something with Motley Crue. She did something with two of the guys from Judas Priest. She did songs with a bunch of people, just so she could say she put out a rock album to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
That's it.
Well,
Shannon
that's
came up with
funny.
it. The Amorphous song, the Doors track is "Light My Fire." That's the song they did.
There's
Really
plenty
cool version of
of
that song.
non-rockers in
You
the
mean this
Rock and
band?
Roll Hall of Fame.
What's that? Yes, that. Anyhow,
Well, they have the inspiration category. So like Hank Williams is in there. I mean, there's quite a few people that are in there that aren't rock and roll.
That's
and then
what
this
I'm
is
saying.
probably one of the best greatest hits albums of all time. This is the 2 LP version of Queen's Greatest Hits. And I didn't have it because I don't really buy a whole lot of best of compilations, This is obviously a Walmart special edition color version of it. And then finally, Leonard Skinner Icon series, also from my son. And he bought me a gigantic AC/DC Back in Black blanket, which is out on my chair when I'm watching TV. So there you go. That was my Christmas haul. And yeah, it all come from my family, which is fantastic because, like I said, my family doesn't usually buy me stuff like that. And the
Well,
funny thing is, my grandkids went to. They have the little elves on the shelf, and my one grandson went to Elfie. He's like, Elfie, tell Santa that my pop wants some vinyl, some records.
Have you seen the Ozzy? They have a little Ozzy Osbourne elf on the shelf now.
Yes, they have several of them. Yeah, I've seen some of them. I saw the Michael Jackson one too. Yeah.
Scoop on the Stoop, and then the Ozzy one are the two I saw that were pretty cool.
Yep. Right on. Steve, you got anything else, or you want to move on to another topic?
Now let's go to upcoming albums everybody's looking for 2026.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously the big one's Megadeth. Everybody's been looking. I love the first couple tracks. COC, Down, and Gojira have all announced records. I'm really looking forward to those, especially the Down. It's been a long time since we got anything from them. Overkill's got a new record. Death Dealer's got a new record. Helix has a new record.
Tail Gunner has a new
There's
record.
a rumor that Tool has a new record. I don't believe it's going to happen, but there's a rumor that they'll have a record out by the end of the year.
I did see that one too.
Yeah.
How
We'll see.
How about Power Trip?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know how I feel about it either. They should have just stayed fugitive, in my opinion. But Flotsam and Jetsam.
Yeah, the last Flotsam and Jetsam was a 10-star record. I'll definitely buy that if it comes out.
Overkill. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Yep.
Overkill. Yeah.
How about
Harrison.
Anthrax too. Anthrax just got out of the studio.
Yeah, Anthrax did get out of the studio. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the Harrison. I'm even though it's on my label, I've actually not heard the whole record on purpose because I just want to be able to hear the whole record. And that's just the way I like to listen to music. So
I just read an article from Frankie Bello today from Anthrax, and he said that the record will be more of a throwback to their older, heavier stuff, which whatever. I heard that about Saint Anger too from Metallica, but that was very disappointing. I wish they would do something along the lines of Among the Living. That would be cool. I'd be all over that.
Worm, new album in 2026.
Oh, yeah. Worm is freaking awesome. And in fact, TJ,
Creator.
speaking of Worm, how about Blood Incantation? They're supposed to have a new record. Mortifera, Mortuous, Ectovoid, and then a band from Europe called Fossilization that's so heavy they make they make Obituary sound like the Jackson 5. But
I think I saw Suffocation's got a new record coming out too. I didn't even know they were.
Bullet's got a new album coming out too. I forgot about that. Bullet.
Are you familiar with Russian Circles? Russian Circles? Okay, put it on your list.
Oh, look at this. We have.
They're quite good.
Gosh, I didn't even know you were here, dude.
What?
I was silently lurking in the background. I wanted to show my Christmas presents. I've been sitting here waiting patiently.
You can show your Christmas presents.
For
Go
those
for it.
that don't know, this is Joe, the metal horror madman, and he and I have been on several podcasts together, namely the Disturbing the Priest with Brandon Baddock, and Joe is a shrinking violet, so you'll have to encourage him to boost his enthusiasm. But he has
I'm very laid back. I was being nice, and you guys got some sick gifts. Let me tell you that. First of all, that was some sick vinyl. I got one vinyl for Christmas. I got Danzig 1, which I now have 3 copies of because people don't understand. You got to ask me first. You got to ask me first politely. You got to go, Madman, what do you have? What don't you have? My favorite gifts, though, thanks for asking. Elvira. I love her big personality. Ever since I was a young man, I would spend a lot of alone time in the bathroom with my parents knocking on the door, and I got this beautiful cap, and I got this lovely scarf, and I look adorable with it, and I like her mouth in there. I got to tell you, that was a plus. And they knew I'd like it because my family knows I'm sick in the head.
But neither of those show her personality.
Her personality. I love her personality. I've spent so much time even recently. I don't care about her age. She's timeless. She's ageless. She's gorgeous. And she's got 2 big personalities, actually. That's what's so nice.
Yeah, just ask Tom Waits.
Yeah, seriously, right? Iron
what's
Maiden.
that?
This is pretty sick.
Oh, that's really cool.
Some
I haven't
figures from
seen that.
Netta.
Is
Yeah,
it
that
all
was pretty
15
cool.
guitar players?
It could be. It's from the Future's Past. What that album was like. Whatever. I'm a big Maiden fan though. Got some bad lighting. Maiden tattoo on my leg. I like to show off a lot. I like things to be about me, John. Guys, I'm sorry about that. I can't help it. I'm enjoying myself right now. I'm like, I look pretty good for my age, I gotta say. Another girl on my list. Another girl. I don't think she's alive anymore, but she's alive in my precious, near and dear little heart. They got me this mug. I've wanted to drink from these ladies since I was 17, and now I get to drink right from there. That's Vampira. That's amazing. I can't believe I got this. I haven't even opened it yet. I'm a dork like that. Do you guys open your collectibles, or are you psycho like me and keep them sealed?
I'm kind of usually psycho like you.
I do half and half.
Half and half. I open them, and I'm never going to sell them. I mean, I don't open them, and I'm never going to. It makes no sense. So I don't even know why I do what I do.
Well,
yeah, I always talk to my wife and I tell her, "Hey, honey, check this out. You know what's the thing's worth?" And she'll look at me right in my eye and she'll say, "It's worth nothing because you're never going to sell it."
Yeah. Well, I was going to tell you that the Queen. We went to her Christmas party. A bunch of doctors and nurses and whatever else. It was a big deal, and they give you 10 tickets to bid, and the doctors all provide these little Christmas baskets. Well, there was one of the Star Wars ships. What's the big triangular, the Imperial Death Destroyer, whatever it is, the Imperial Destroyer? It's like it's like 3,000 pieces or whatever. They're like $1,000 for these things. She went and dumped all of her tickets in that box and then stared while they were doing the drawing to make sure nobody, and she won. And I said, "So, honey, you're going to put it together?" She's like, "Are you kidding me? The box is going to sit on the shelf." So she's like us. She's crazy. She's crazy like that.
I love the artwork of the box. To me, the artwork of the box is as nice as the product itself. I always loved collecting pop art, right? I think that's what my vinyl, so much of my vinyl is not, 80% of my vinyl is not open. I love Mac. I have Mac everywhere. I don't open them a lot, but I didn't even know. I must have missed these when they came out. I thought this was really sick. Relapse.
I've never seen that before either. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I'm a huge Death fan. A massive Death fan. I have to get heavy metal tattoos all the time because it makes me feel important. But there's 2 more of these. I got to hunt down: Scream Bloody Gore, and I think Leprosy. Don't get Leprosy in real life. I heard it's not good, but I thought this was pretty sick.
Dude, I've never seen that before. Wow.
No. John, put this on when you have that alone time with the wife. She'll be ecstatic. I don't know.
She will.
It'll things up in the bedroom.
Then she'll stop me and she say, "Why did you open the box?"
It should be on the shelf.
It should be on the shelf.
This was my favorite gift. John told me I needed to stomp posers. We got to stomp the posers out. So Gore got 3 different designs of these. Some cool combat boots. It's got the logo up front. I thought that was pretty cool. I love cheesy stuff like this. I have like 15 pair of combat boots.
Shocking, not shocking.
Do you have that Cops album that they did, the X-Cops?
Yeah, X-Cops. That was sick. And one of my favorite horror movies, They Live. I love this movie. People say this is true of our times. They Live, chewing bubblegum, kicking ass. Roddy Piper in his prime. These aliens, so sick. I love horror as much as I love metal. I got some other stuff, but I was too lazy to put it all together. So that's where it ends.
So since we're in your corner there, what albums are you excited about coming out this year?
I have no idea what's coming out. I've been stuck in a winter depression up here in New England. Snow every 3 days, wind, cold. I haven't looked at anything. I'm excited about some festivals next year, though. Sick New World, Texas, Milwaukee Metal Fest, Death Metal Maryland Death Fest looks pretty sick. RPM Fest, a local one in New England, really, really cool place. They do camping. I went there. I learned some valuable lessons about camping with the youth of today. Stay away from the partying areas, because you will wake up the next day with no memory of what happened that night. And apparently you were screaming fucking Slayer nonstop till 3 in the morning, and I have no recollection. I just know these little bastards were at my tent. They're like, Madman, we brought you water. I'm like, I'm not thirsty. They're like, how's that possible? They're like, Madman, are you okay? I'm like, why wouldn't I be okay? And then they showed me people like emailing the promoter, and the promoter thought I was hilarious, thankfully. So we were all safe there. But that RPM Fest, as John knows, it's caused me now a few months to just take a step back. We had to put the bottle away. We had to recalibrate our lives a little bit, but it was a heck of a time. And Milwaukee Metal Fest, I think, is always that's my festival. I love that festival. I love the layout of that festival. I love how much Jasta loves metal and hardcore. I love how he's progressed over the years, right? Like, people always knew like an attitude problem and all this other stuff. And now I feel like he just loves having fun. I've seen his solo band a few times last year, Hatebreed, and he just always always a smile on his face. And I just can't believe that venue, for those of you who have gone, right? That venue is just, it's like outdoors but indoors, and you get the 3 different venues. And I said venue a lot, but it's a nice venue.
Drink.
It's a great place. In fact, Pentagram played one of the main rooms there.
Oh,
and they were, I mean, I think that people didn't know what to expect, so the initial attendance was a little thin.
yes.
But by the second song, they were just in fact, the funny story of that is they were, they're very strict about their schedule. You start on time, you end on time. And so, they really, by that time, they'd played a couple of shows. They were spot on. They didn't need any real warm up or tuning, because they just plug in and play. And they started 3 minutes early. And I was standing near the soundboard, or the guy doing the monitors, and the stage manager comes over to me and goes, "Hey, man, they started early. What do I do?" And I said, "I don't know. You want to go tell Bobby to stop?" And he said, "Oh, well, never mind." I said, "I think that the world will keep spinning on its axis and the sun will rise in the morning." And they finished right exactly on time, and no harm, no foul. But man, they really, there was a lot of energy there. And I love that layout too. The 3 stories, and then all the peripheral stuff, and then all the merch in the basement, plus that outside patio. It rained, as I remember, and that kind of dampened things a little bit. But man,
Yep.
what a great setup they have in that building, and what they've done. In fact, Maryland Death Fest is much improved too, in kind of a similar way, where they kind of centralized it all in the same place. Because back in the single digits of the Maryland Death Fest, it was scattered all over the place.
That Pentagram set was haunting, right? Like, I had chills. Seeing that band play. And that's the first time when I go out Metal Horror Madman, they ask me to scream fucking Slayers 1,000 times. And I will scream them from 11 in the morning till 8 o'clock at night. And people will go, "Slayer's not even playing." I'm like, "We get it. We know. I'm just a big Slayer fan. It's what I do online." And that's the first time I lost my voice. Day 3 in Milwaukee. I remember the second day at night, and I was doing it for a couple of bands, and they're like, "Are you going to be okay?" And I'm like, "I'm fine." They're like, "You're partying hard. You've been screaming this nonstop." Day 3, I was going, and then someone asked me to yell it, and nothing came out. I never had that happen to me before in my life. And I had to do some with followers, and all I did was like, "You guys are going to yell them. I'm going to just pretend I'm yelling them." But that's how hard that festival was. That festival was, the lineup they get there it's not even real. It's crazy. An Exodus. And I love Dukes live. I'm not the biggest Dukes fan on the studio albums. You know what I mean? But I thought they delivered in Milwaukee. I thought they just tore it up. I thought I Hate God was great. Just so good, and talking about tight schedules, and not tight stuff, because I don't think Elvira is that anymore at this age. But when I was talking about tight schedules, RPM Fest, they had me emceeing the main stage 3 days, and I had to start while the other stage was still going. So I'm up there doing my one-liners. Sometimes there's like 4 people up there. Sometimes there's 500 people up there. I get staying on a schedule like that, but it's a lot when you're trying to navigate that kind of stuff, and you're literally yelling for people to come over there in time. At the same time, I've been to New England Death Metal Fun Time Bonanza, where the first band came out at 11:30 in the morning, and the second band came out at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, which I think is crazy. it is not cool. It's the Guns N' Roses era from 1991, where you just show up where you show up. But Milwaukee is just, oh, that's just a magical venue. A magical.
Yeah.
The people there were awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
The whole
Hey, we
thing.
got a question for all you guys. What is your favorite Maiden album?
Power Slave.
Power Slave, same.
Number of the Beast.
Iron Maiden.
Number of the Beast.
Killers.
Killers. I like Killers too. I mean, it's really the tale of three bands.
Yeah.
Yep.
Actually, four if you want to include the Yannick Gears quintuple guitar thing. But
As a kid though, I didn't like the first two albums. I just didn't get it, And then now those are the two that I listen to the most, I just love the Di'Anno stuff.
yeah, well, Peace of
too.
Mind too is a sleeper, and I think people don't recognize that one. And Fear of the Dark,
Oh,
That's
my second
pretty-
favorite.
pretty dang
Fear of
good.
the Dark, that's still one of my favorite songs that they play live.
How great
so
the
good,
energy of the crowd too, right?
Not this last tour, but the tour before last, where they did the hit, what was it, History of the Beast or whatever it was.
Yep.
Man, that was as good as they were
I
in
guess-
the late 80s, man. That they were so on point for that tour. And he's 140 years old and still running around the stage at 90 miles an hour and never misses a note, It's amazing.
Right on.
I think they're putting out Di'Anno's last concert on vinyl this next year.
That's
His final
cool.
concert.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I've got I can't remember where it was recorded, but the concert with Di'Anno from that DVD that they did back in the 80s, or I'm sorry, in the 90s. I finally found that on vinyl. It's unofficial, but man, his live stuff was fantastic.
Speaking
I
of
think
Maiden,
I have some of those special pressings with Di'Anno on them, and they sound great.
Metal
I just-
Mayhem on the show sent me this shirt.
Oh, that's sick.
It's one of those
Yeah.
all over print shirts. Yeah.
I have a
been
couple
trying
of
to-
those.
I've been going through files and closets and boxes trying to get everything organized, and I came across a flyer I did for War Beast when they were opening for Di'Anno, and it was Di'Anno, Icarus Witch, and War Beast at this little
Icarus Witch is a
Icarus Witch, yeah.
underrated
at
band.
this little pub in downtown Dallas. In fact, it was like an exclusive. It was like a cattleman's club type scenario, and I'm thinking, what the heck are they playing here? And that place was just packed with denim jackets and studs and bullet belts. It was great.
So I got the Monsters of Rock cruise coming up in April. This will be I've refused to do cruises since I got out of the Navy 20 years ago, and I'm finally going on one, but I had to pull the lineup up because it's like 60 bands. It's crazy. But I mean, the big ones, you got Black Label Society, The Darkness, Queensryche, Striper, Symphony X, Y&T, Slaughter, Disneyland After Dark, Great White, Lita Ford, Quiet Riot, The Almighty British Lion, speaking of Iron Maiden, Nelson, TNT, Vixen, Loudness, Crazy Licks, Faster Pussycat, The Choir Boys, Dangerous Toys, Killer Dwarves, Steelheart, Heaven's Edge, Crash Diet. You remember those guys?
Oh yeah, they have a new album coming out.
Bane, Max
Speaking of
Sabbath.
Dangerous Toys,
Yep. Tough, Spread Eagle. That's not even all of them. There's like 20 more bands, dude. It's crazy.
and you guys picked this up?
Now I didn't even know about it.
Just came out.
Make sure you
Demolition.
bring those wipes that you can take your makeup off without any real consternation. That's a lot of hairspray and spandex.
Yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
60-year-olds in hairspray and spandex too.
I'd like to see Slaughter though. I think of all those, some of those hair bands back in the day, they were so good. And I think I told you the story of when I was working the show for Vinnie Vincent Invasion. We can get into him and his $200 CD, but
You'll never get.
when they were playing all the Texas shows, I followed Bobby Rock, who's a friend of mine, the drummer at the time, and Vinny never did his own sound check. It was just it was Mark Slaughter, who I never knew played guitar, and that dude it's
Great
like
guitar player.
it's like we don't even need Vinny.
Oh no,
Let's just have Mark and they have it be the the baddest power trio on.
Well, I
on
mean,
the
that's
planet.
basically what happened. They got rid of Vinny and Slaughter. I mean, it's the same
Yeah.
guys.
And I know Bob didn't want to go with the. For some reason, I guess he had other opportunities. He was playing. He was sitting with Alice Cooper. He had this gig with Rare Earth, and they were like touring all over the planet. And then he got the thing with Lita Ford. I think he's been with Lita for like 25 years now. But
Yeah, I'll see him on the
what a phenomenal guy and a great drummer. I mean, he never gets talked about. And I can tell you right now, he could hold a candle to any rock or metal drummer. That guy's just he's a super pro, and man, he has a warehouse of technique and sound. You ever give 100% when you're up here on stage? And he said, no, not really. And then he's like, well, what do you mean by that? And he said, because I practice and work so hard, and I'm such a craftsman at this that my 60% will smoke anybody's 100%. And it wasn't arrogance. It was like, that's a true fact, because I've seen the guy play, I don't know, 2 or 3 dozen times. And, you know, some guys are just like that. It's like when I saw Reb Beach, and I hate to admit that I saw Winger, but Rob Colwell is he dragged me over to the local pub over here, the Poor Shack, and said, you need to see Winger. And I said, yeah, whatever. And they were mind-blowingly good. And Reb Beach is better than you. I'm sorry. There's a lot of guitar players out there, and Reb Beach is just that good. It's like he's the guy that would make your band better. You know what I mean? It's kind of like Tony Reed in Pentagram. People ask me all the time, well, you think, it's, Felix Griffin, whatever. And I'm like, he's good, but I watched Tony Reed 15 nights consecutively, and that dude blows doors on just about everybody I've ever seen in that scenario. So I guess, I don't know, matching is one thing, but anyway. And speaking of that, there's new music happening. They're going to have another record this year. You can count on
fantastic.
You can count on Pentagram, and I've heard some of the scratch tracks. And if you like Lightning in a Bottle, you're going to love what they're doing now. I just hope they can keep it together long enough to record it. But anyway, oh, that's right, Shannon Fry
from the mighty Avenger of Blood,
right?
I saw Florida twice in the last, I don't know, 10, I saw him when Ronnie James Dio died in the Mohegan Sun Casino in the Wolf's Den. So it's like a tiny little place for free. They did a cover of Heaven and Hell that was unbelievable. I saw him on another package at Mohegan Sun in the arena there with Lita Ford and I think Vixen. I forget who else was there. But Slaughter they're definitely a cut above, right? I think. And then when you mentioned Dangerous Toys, the Dangerous Toys Pissed album, when that album came out in the early 90s, that thing's a heavy out. That's a great album. I love Hellacious Acres. I love this. That's another band that gets lumped in. I feel some of these bands get lumped in with the wrong type of band.
Yeah.
Because they would definitely write a cut above these other ones. And Slaughter and Dangerous Toys. And then Winger, Down Incognito, that song in the early 90s. That's a great, you wouldn't even know that's Winger. Like that should have been a huge hit if it was called anything else. So I think sometimes they get jumbled in with those bands that were not top tier, right? And people just look the other way, which is unfortunate. Especially Dangerous Toys and Slaughter to me.
Yeah,
the last Winger album they put out was really good.
Fraser mentions Watchtower, but everything that Jason's done is fantastic. The Broken Teeth stuff is great.
Yeah, Broken Teeth is really good.
Watchtower stuff is great, and he's back with Watchtower now, isn't he?
Yes, he was.
Yes.
They were at Hell's Heroes.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you right now, I'll go at it again. Sad Wings is a Judas Priest cover band. He and his brother, Jason, and his brother, and they don't do anything past 84, 85. And so it's pretty authentic. You close your eyes and you're thinking, wow, this sounds like Priest back in 80, between 70.
That's right. I forgot he's doing S.A. Slayer now too. Yeah.
And S.A. Slayer. Yeah. He's got his fingers in the pie.
Oh, remember that era? Yeah. That was like with Warrant, Belly to Belly, Dangerous Toys, the artist formerly known as. There was that era where all those glam bands were reinventing themselves, right? They were either trying to sound a lot of psychedelic or alternative. And some of the stuff was good, but there was just no. I remember CMC Records, if you guys remember that. They signed every glam band in the 90s.
CMC International, they were called. Yep, I remember.
That's it, yeah. And there was some great music, but it just got buried. It got buried.
I agree.
Even
Yeah,
even trouble with that last record went kind of psychedelic, and that's a
Yeah.
great fucking
Yeah.
record.
And
So
by
good.
the way, the rumor has it they've got new tracks.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it.
Wow.
I don't know.
I'm not a fan. I'm not.
Have
a
you
fan
heard the
of
Legion of Doom stuff?
Yeah, I'm just not a fan. Yeah, I don't have a problem with Legion of Doom. I just have a problem with calling it trouble. I didn't think they should have done that last album with what's this other singer's name? I can't even think of his name. The guy on the last record.
Did they have the guy from Solitude Alternatives for a while?
No.
Candlemass did.
Candlemass. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
Robert
right. I'm mixing
Lowe.
up, yep.
Kyle Thomas.
Kyle Thomas. There you go.
Yeah, that's Exhorter
Yeah.
and Floodgate and name of it.
Floodgate. That's a band. No, yeah. That
Yeah,
was
how
a good
about
album.
that?
That first album they had. If that's their
Tesla
only-
were good. I've seen Tesla a few times, but I saw them on the tour they did for the covers album, and that was fantastic, man. That half the show was covers, and they were tearing it up. I love that show. Anyhow, we're beginning to run out of time since the show's only an hour, but I did want to mention that we lost a bunch of artists last year. A lot. So I maybe you guys can help me out because I was right before the show started writing them down so I wouldn't forget them. But obviously we lost Ozzy and Ace Frehley, two big names in rock. We also lost John Sykes and Rick Derringer.
Wow, those are big names that I didn't realize that was this year.
Yeah,
We just lost one here about a week ago, or a couple days ago. I can't remember where he's from. It was all over Facebook.
I got
Spirits
to
guy.
shout out a guy that you probably don't know, but Casey McKinley from Dead Rising. When I first moved to Dallas, he basically befriended me and immersed me right in the metal scene in Dallas Fort Worth, and kind of positioned me in a place where I was able to work with bands and draw and do artistic stuff. He was a fantastic guitar player. If go to Bandcamp or go to YouTube and look up Dead Rising from Texas. Really a quality guy. He cleaned up. It was the irony is that he was the most fit dude I've ever seen that could drink, snort coke, smoke cigarettes, and then once he cleaned up his life, he got cancer and died like almost with almost without a whimper. But
Brent Hines, we just lost him a couple
yeah,
months.
from Mastodon.
Brent
David
Hines.
Johansen from the New York Dolls just passed away a few months ago.
Brian
David
Wilson?
Johansen passed away.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh.
Brian Wilson,
Brian Wilson.
Mick Ralphs from
Bad
Hoople.
Company.
And Bad
There was,
Company, Mata Hoople.
I don't know his
Wolfgang
name, but
Wardman from Mekong Delta died.
I didn't know about that. What about the singer?
And
from
then
Outer States? I don't know
the
what
guy
his
from
name is.
the guy from Golden Earring, whose name is slipping my
Oh.
mind at the moment.
George Coyman.
George Cooey.
There you go. Yep. We also lost Rick Davies from Supertramp.
Hmm.
And
Who's the guy
Roy
from
Thomas.
Jethro Tull, the guitarist from Jethro Tull that
Yeah.
just passed away.
Yep, that's right. And also, I think
Speaking
Roy
of-
Thomas Baker too died this past year.
Speaking of
Roy
amazing
Thomas Baker, who
drummers,
was the
we also
producer from
lost,
Queen and the Cars.
we
sorry.
also lost Clem Burke.
Clive Burke.
Clem Burke from Blondie.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
He also
Yep.
played with Iggy Pop, with Joan Jett, with Pete Townsend. I mean, he played with everybody.
David Roach
Oh,
from
what about Les
Junkyard.
Binks? We were talking about Judas Priest earlier.
Yeah.
Les Binks died this year too.
Oh, was that this year? I thought it was last year. Yeah. Wow,
No, that was just like 6 or 7 months ago.
man.
Yep.
David Koff from Spinal Tap.
We lost Todd Snyder. You guys know who Todd Snyder is.
Name's not ringing a bell. Who's it from?
He's kind of more of a, he's kind of along the lines of folk rock, a little bit of rock, kind of along the lines like the old folk singers, a storyteller, but it was rocking, it was good stuff.
Oh, and John. John Lodge from the Moody Blues too.
And
Yep.
what about the interviewer from the greatest rockumentary in history, Spinal Tap?
Oh, Rob Steiner.
Reiner.
Or Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner.
Yep.
Yeah.
Meathead from All in
Meathead.
the
Exactly.
Family.
Yeah, there was a lot. We lost a lot last year.
Holy
It's been
smokes.
10 years though since we lost Lemmy. On the
Oh, that's
28th.
right.
It doesn't feel
Yeah.
that long, does it? Doesn't
We
feel like it was that
lost,
long ago.
Sly from Sly and the Family Stone.
Yeah, yeah.
Who else? There was a lot this year. Well, it's gonna keep getting more and more every year, man. You know, they're all in their 60s and 70s, and they did
70s,
drugs for
yeah.
140 years. So,
But Keith
Chris
Richards
Bradley
will still
Savage.
be Keith Richards will be around yet.
I don't know, man. When I saw him last year, he had to use they had a stand behind him that he would lean up against so that he could play. And they said that's pretty much the last tour because he can't they don't think he can do many more shows. He's not in good shape.
Well, he and Willie, those two guys are like cockroaches. They just
Speaking of good tours from last year, I saw Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan together, and that was fantastic. Willie, though, he would do like one song, and then the other guy that was singing with him, I can't remember what his name was. He would do like part of the song, then Willie would come in and do part of it, and he would do part. It was great, but man, 92 years old, 93 years old now, maybe.
And those are hard miles on that one.
And well, and I think that's why he still tours, because if he stops, he's going to die.
Yeah.
You know? And so, yeah, new Diamond record coming out.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, it's called St. Lucifer's Hospital, I think.
Yeah, Violence. I understand that Violence has a new one coming out.
I'm going to see them in 22 days.
You guys are fans of Brother Kane. They have a new album coming out.
I saw that.
That's right. Yep.
Frozen Soul.
I like Brother Kane.
I've heard a couple of the tracks. First one was a little bit slow for me, but the second one really kicked it up to like their old days.
Any word about Sabotage?
I heard they have another one coming
They
out.
said they're recording it.
I don't know who's singing for him or who's playing guitar, but
well, it'll be what's his name singing.
And you guys know this album?
Oh, John, believe it.
Yeah.
Is that
Absalon?
That's what it looks like. That's what it looks like. Is that a new album? I don't have that one.
Here's another one to grab if you guys haven't grabbed it yet. This is fantastic too.
The Raven?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Raven's great. There's been some great EPs this year. Actually, I got the Avenger Blood sitting right here because I don't usually include EPs on my list, but yeah, there's that one, and then here's the Raven here.
Avenger of Blood. Who's in that band?
That better be on somebody's list. That thing absolutely destroys.
And there's a new Tail Gunner coming out here, I think in January.
Yeah, January
Young
16th.
UK band, kind of up and comers.
Go out and get Vinnie Vincent singles
for $250 each that you'll never get.
You guys
for you guys that don't know, he did a box set of cassettes like 10 or 15 years ago, and people paid like $300 for him, and he never mailed them out. So
I heard Gene Simmons say that he's one of the most talented, self-destructive people he's ever met. And
it was a whole thing here. So I got to see him at the KISS convention, which was just coming out after like 25 years or whatever it was. And he was pretty cool. And they set up some shows at Graceland where he was supposed to do 2 shows. And those kept getting postponed because they got postponed for almost a year.
Yeah.
A bunch of people had paid for like signed guitars and stuff and never got it. I mean, he's a mess.
He still owes me for a t-shirt design that I did for them when they toured opening for Maiden.
And Vincent Invasion.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I got to thank you on the album.
Do you still have the original? Do you still have the original art you did for that t-shirt?
Yeah.
He's shown it before.
In fact, let's see. I don't know if I can show it on my phone, but
I think you showed it on here before. Maybe it was. I'm pretty sure you showed it to us before.
You want a Gene Simmons coffin too?
Well, they were doing the KISS coffins for like $10,000, so why not?
Well, if it's good enough for Vinny and Dime,
yeah, just burn me up and throw me in a pot somewhere. I'm fine.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see this, but there it is, right there.
Oh wow!
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Sorry.
But yeah, I didn't charge him much, but didn't matter. You weren't getting paid. In fact, I think that was the reason why Bobby distanced himself from the other 2 band members, from Dana and from because Dana somehow got paid because he did a lot of the production work and I think he did the mastering, but he owed Bobby a lot of money. I mean, like 6 figures for touring and what have you. And never
I'm
got
sure
a dime.
Dana got paid because Mark made sure he got paid because they were like inseparable. They still are, you know.
Yeah. But that's unfortunate. I always thought Vinny was. I think he's talented. I just think he just can't get out of his own way. And when I after that night I did that first setup for them at the Rock Zone. In fact, all you Houston folks, if you remember the Rock Zone up on the north side, up at FM 1960 and Stubner Airline, that we moved in all these carving cabinets, and I thought, man, these things don't weigh anything. They're super light. He had like 8 stacks on one side and 8 stacks on the other, and all they had was a little red LED. They were empty. They were hollow. And Vinny was playing through a Marshall practice amp with a 600-watt head, Randall head, and a suppressor, and that's and a microphone up to the speaker, and that's what he plugged into and played. None of the Carvin stuff, but he was taking Carvin's money for sure.
Yep.
I just thought, man, that just seems dishonest. You know what I mean? I mean, if you're gonna.
Yep.
And I guess it probably happens more often than not. But speaking of Josta there, Joe, I'm friends with Charlie Belmore and Nikki, and they said that, you know, when Charlie goes on stage, he better be sporting a Jackson guitar because he's sponsored by them, and he's got other guitars that he would like to play. But you know, when he's on stage, man, it's all about the Jackson. He and Nick Petrino, but. I don't know. Vinny was always an enigma all the way around. Like I said, he showed up like right as the intro was going on. Some cab would drop him off, and he would stagger in there, and you know, he's like 5'0", and he would strap on and just blaze. I mean, it was crazy.
Well, that was basically Bobby. Bobby showed up 15 minutes before the show, went and got ready real quick, and he was on stage.
Oh yeah. There was a little of that herding cats thing. You know, I never had to worry about Scooter or Tony.
Yeah.
And Henry was always trying to blow up the merch thing, you know, unloading. Well, you saw what we did. We had a 24-foot trailer that was stacked all the way to the ceiling, and the equipment was near the front. Then we swapped it because I thought, let's get this out of here, and then we can sort.
It was like Metallica level merch. The amount of merch that they had,
it was
insane.
It
like
was so much work.
Posters and like 100 copies of each one, and crazy T-shirts. It was nuts.
But like Henry said, if you don't have it, you can't sell it.
Well, that's where you make the money now. It's not from the shows, you know.
And so if you're doing $5 to $10 a night in merch, that helps you get to the next place.
Yeah.
So George and I are starting a Kickstarter. We're going to be doing raise money for 2 Kiss fans to buy the new Vinnie Vincent single.
Let's all of us pitch in.
Yeah, he's going to do it for every song too. He said every song on the album he's going to charge that amount.
Well, he talks about it in an interview. It's hilarious.
He's insane.
Somebody asked him about it, and he's like, you don't pay the same price that you pay a lot more for Mozart than you pay for the average piano player. Is basically what he said.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you know,
Well, he
Mozart,
just
Vinnie
a
Vincent,
pair of high
about the
heels.
same.
Yeah, it's oh my god.
Anyway, well,
you guys got we are already over. You guys, I really want to give our guests George and
Joe.
Joe, thank you. I only know a Metal Horror Madman. The last
That
words.
works.
You guys want to say anything? Talk about anything?
The
John,
only thing
just,
is,
Go on, please. I don't know how to
just
shut up.
quick,
I have
real
too much
quick.
to say.
okay.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, George, sorry.
I got one coming up in March. I have Testament, Overkill, and Destruction coming in Cerebral. So that's something I'm looking forward to because don't get to get on so many shows anymore because no one wants to go. And I hate going alone, but I'm going to this one alone because trying to get people to
I
come
go
down.
along
But
all the
people,
time. I don't even care anymore.
I think that's
my
gonna
wife,
be
my
one
wife,
for
my
the
wife
ages.
can't stand anymore. She can't stand. She's like, she gets tired. She can't stand there.
That's my problem.
That's the only thing coming up. That's the only thing coming up that I really got to go see that. You know that I didn't say this with this is the silly one. You know, I taught Chuck Billy's nephew how to drive,
No.
which is the weirdest freaking thing in the world because I met his uncle, whatever it is, when I was teaching the kid to drive, and he said, "Oh yeah, Chuck Billy's my wife's married to my wife's sister. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, we can get you backstage and all that. I'm like, probably that never happened, but I was like, that's just a weird thing, just an odd thing. I'm like, I wouldn't even expect that, but yeah.
I've got a couple
Stupid
friends
story,
that
but-
worked with them back in the day, and they said Chuck Billy's like the biggest prankster there is. They said he's insane. You got to watch out for him because you'll go to pick up your guitar and start playing, and one of the strings will be missing or just crazy stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had the guitar tech had to watch for Billy. Anytime they heard him or saw him, they would have to herd around the guitars to keep him away from any of the equipment because he would just mess with the equipment stuff to mess with people.
That's
That'd be
funny.
hilarious, man. Remove the top E string, man. What are you gonna do? Right on, Madman. Got anything?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. And I just got invited to a show I'm actually psyched about. It's not metal, but it's in the genre Circle Jerks and Gorilla Biscuits. Like, I'm actually really pumped. Yeah, I never saw Circle Jerks, and I'm like, I know he's getting up there now, and they're always fighting, and I'm like, I'm so hyper. It's in April. So
Gorilla Biscuits are great too.
them
Super.
too, right? They don't get the recognition. I feel like
Yeah.
that's an elite band.
Yep.
I agree.
That's it. Other than else, I'm gonna hook up with all the metal moms, scream fucking Slayers. Try not to have any blackouts this year. That's pretty much my year summed up right now.
Right on. So, do you have your own channel?
Yep, I have. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok. Metal Horror Madman, Metal Horror Madness podcast on YouTube, and I went on Facebook now reluctantly, even though I didn't want to go on there because I don't need another thing to do. But I make videos every day. I pump out content like crazy. I'm this manic all the time. I wish I could post 30 videos a day. I love to ask what your favorite album is, who your favorite singer is. I like to make just scream about fucking Slayer as much as possible. The greatest thrash band in the world that just is heavier than everyone else in the Big Four. And I love everyone in the Big Four. There we go. Fucking Slayer! That album right there is pure gold. It's part of the Holy Trinity. Rain and Blood, South of Heaven, Seasons in the Abyss. The best 1, 2, 3 ever made. I worship that band. I got the fucking Slayer tattooed here. Twist my arm. I got it on my leg. I'm a super fan. I was out of control this year at Louder Than Life. I was at Hershey, Pennsylvania. The security guard said I was being too obnoxious and screaming it too much. I'm at a Slayer fucking concert. We used to rip the chairs out of the venue. Everyone's prim and proper now. Don't get me started. Sorry.
I just subbed your channel. Thanks. So it's
What's funny is
metal.
I've seen Slayer 4 times, and I always saw him right after Dave left the band. So he's
Oh,
my favorite
man.
drummer. He's the reason I became a drummer,
Yeah.
and I never saw him with Slayer. I
Oh.
saw him at Testament multiple times, a couple other bands. Never saw him with Slayer.
I was mad he left Suicidal again because I was at that Hershey where they played, and I was like,
They
no,
were
like
great.
yeah.
I saw them when they came through with Metallica last year. Metallica was the worst. That's the
Really?
first time I had. They played a bunch of stuff from the 90s and 2000 albums.
Yeah.
And I was completely disappointed with the set. But Pantera and Suicidal both killed it. They were Robert Trujillo's son. Like,
wasn't that
if you
awesome?
look at
man?
him, he's exactly his dad. He reminds
Yeah.
me of his dad in '89. You know.
Yep.
So
I just subbed your channel too.
Yep.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Right on.
I like to yell. I like to be crazy. I like to have. I'm trying to show all these young punks that this is the way we all acted back in the day. We were loud. We were crazy. We didn't sit at a show we didn't have phones to look at, and we were very passionate about our bands. We would fight each other over it and then hug it out after. And that's what I still can't believe I was told to be quiet at a Slayer. Like I was mind-boggling, and I got louder after that. I was like, throw me out. I'll be your metal Jesus. I will sacrifice myself for the metal community here. And I don't know what we're doing as a society. If they want, I'm a huge Alice Cooper fan. I've seen him like 35 times. I got that tattoo there. I've seen his Hollywood Vampires 5 times. And I was at an Alice Cooper Ace Frehley show 5 years ago. And people were giving me dirty looks because I was screaming every out. I mean, I am obsessed with Alice. I have every vinyl twice. I have every CD, every cassette. I have every poster. I have every magazine. I think that guy, still at his age, puts on a better show than almost anyone out there, right?
I saw him a couple months ago. It was fantastic, man.
Fantastic.
So good.
Fantastic. And I'm like, we got to be loud at these shows, though. Like, with me, it's just excitement. I'm a little boy. I will tell people, the mighty metal horror madman, the most aggressive metalhead on the internet. I cry every time I see him. I cry every time. I get so emotional because I think of everything in my life since a kid. Like, I remember Last Temptation coming out when grunge took over, and the glam started dying. He got pushed away to the side, and like Ozzy just started to skyrocket more. And I stayed with Alice with Brutal Planet and Dragon Town and Dirty Diamonds and all these things people didn't care about. But to me, like, I don't know. I think of all these guys as like family, and people go, when they say to you, like, what do you care that Ozzy died? And I'm like, he's like a part of my life. Like, he changed my life by hearing his music. It changed the way I dress, the way I act, the things I listen to, people I met in my life. So I'm so passionate about all this music, and I just think we should always be excited about it. And I don't think people should be ashamed of expressing themselves and getting loud and having fun. And I don't know. It's glad to see all of you with that type of excitement. So when you pulled out the vinyl, I'm like, these guys love the music too. And you guys all remember this stuff like CMC. You talk to some people, it's forgotten, right? They don't know those albums. They don't remember that era. A lot of people bailed on it. All my friends bailed on me. They all got into grunge and rap, and I stayed.
By the way, Brutal Planet is a freaking awesome album.
Oh, so heavy, right? That is such a good album.
I work for a bunch of labels, and one of the labels that I work for is Brutal Planet Records, and they literally named themselves after. He's such a big Alice Cooper fan, the owner of the label. He named it after that record. Yep. So.
That's awesome. Oh, I love Alice so much, so much.
All right, man. I don't mean to cut everybody off, but we're over time, and I got to get moving. So, oops, there's Metal Rob's. If everybody's looking for Metal Rob, there he is. I clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry.
We need to get him.
But anyhow. If you're I'm working on that. I'm working on the intro too. But anyhow, you can follow John on Instagram at Carcass John Art or
128 DB Rock on the Crypt and on Carcass John's alter ego, and hook yourself up with a mug or a pint glass or a t-shirt or whatever from the 128db.com website.
Right on. What's in the pint glass? Anything good?
Anything you want to put there. Your favorite beverage.
You can find
like TJ said, if I were in Tankard, I would be singing songs about O'Doul's because I don't actually drink. But anyway.
Right on. Oops, I actually clicked off of that. So you can find George G on YouTube at George G's Room of Rock. Anywhere else people can look you up there, George?
Yeah, just that and GTR Rock Round once in a while.
Right on. You can find Kevin on YouTube at Old Metal Rocker 66 as well.
And you can catch me over on Facebook on my Metal Uprising site, which has just exploded.
Yeah, no doubt. It's jamming over there. That one and the Heart of Metal boards are both jamming on Facebook at the moment.
Yeah, they're really a lot of traffic.
A lot of traffic, which is good. I'm glad. So right on. You can find Steve on YouTube at Harmless Rebel 868. Anywhere else, Steve? Uh-oh, he's muted. I think he's muted.
Did you mute me?
I didn't mute him. Oh, I know I didn't mute you.
You muted yourself.
Yeah, harmless_rebel at Instagram. The main place is YouTube. And my goal is to actually have my top 10 list out by tomorrow night. It's never happened in the 15 years I've been on YouTube, but that's the goal this year. So
I finally had mine out in 2025. Usually I'm like you, I'm later after the new year.
I think last year I was like 4 months late. So
I usually get it out the first week of January. Well, yeah, you can find me on Instagram at No Life to Metal. You can find me on YouTube at No Life to Metal or Scott Waters or whatever. And I will be doing my top 30 of the year as well. Hopefully I'm supposed to record it tomorrow if all goes well. So hopefully I'll get it up in the next day or two after that. So I appreciate all the subscribers. Not only the subscribers there, but the subscribers here on Metal Roundtable. Salute to all you guys, especially. I mean, this channel has grown so much in the last year. Where we were averaging about 5, 6, 7 people watching live to now we're averaging anywhere between 50 to 100 people watching live, and then we're getting several thousand views after the fact on YouTube. So I really appreciate everybody and all the comments and all the people that sharing it. Very much appreciated. So, I forgot when I was doing that Metal Mayhem list. Let me do that real quick before we go. I forgot to do his actual top 10. So that one that I was asking you all about, Absalon, I think it is, with the big skull on it. That was his number 1. His number 2 is Testament What do y'all think of the New Testament?
It's fantastic. I don't know
My
why
number
people are
5.
about it. Chuck Billy has some of my
good.
favorite death metal vocals, and I love when he does them.
I think it's good. Number 3, Dark Angel.
Yep.
Does it
That was
sound
high
like
on-
thrash?
What's
It
that?
does sound like thrash. It does. Yeah. Halloween, the new Halloween. Defenders of the Faith at number 6. Number 7 is War Kings, which is a good one. I have that one. Number 3, I'm sorry, maybe that's number 8. Number 8 is Ironjaw Cursed, which is going to be a little higher on my list because I love that album.
Yep.
And number 9 is Rage.
In my list up.
And number 10 is 1914. 1914.
Never heard that one.
I haven't heard that one either. So I'll have to look into it because, yeah, if it's, I like all the other stuff in his list, so I'll have to check that one out.
1343. That's heard
So
of
there you
that.
go.
Never
The
mind.
There you
Next
go,
one-
Metal Mayhem. There's your list. Sorry, I didn't realize it was in two parts. So I only have read the first part. All right. Anyhow, you guys know how we do it at the very end. We all try and say in unison, metal will survive or metal will prevail. Sorry.
Prevail, man.
Prevail.
Prevail.
And we screwed up every week, but that's all right. It's part of the fun, right?
Yeah.
So anyhow, so for episode number 295 of the Metal Roundtable, you know how we do it. Metal will prevail. That was a good one. That was the best one ever. Do it again.